ago, things couldn't have been worse for him. He was accused of match fixing, and when he appeared on the BBC, he broke down and cried uncontrollably. Today, of course, he's on top of the world. He's become the Wisden Indian cricketer of the century, and now he started a new career as a television interviewer. So is this vindication, and how does he look back on a life that's taken him through some very difficult twists and turns? Those are just two of the many questions I shall put today to the legend of Indian cricket, Kapil Dev. Welcome to the program, Kapil.
Thank you.
You know, you've just won the Wisden Indian cricketer of the century. After all that you've been through in the last 2 years, what does this mean to you?
Well, I think, again, if you don't go through the pain, you don't know what is the happiness is. And one can relish more, one can enjoy more. And I think I'm just enjoying it.
Do you see this award as simply recognition of your cricketing achievement, or is it also in a sense a vindication of your integrity and your character?
Oh, I don't know. I think this is two different things altogether. I think it is important for me and for my life is the cricketer who played with me and the people who seen the cricket so closely. They pick a cricketer of the century. I mean, any sports person, any person who played the game, he would like to be on my shoes, and this is a different thing rather than what happened 2 years back, and you are the culprit.
You know, you've often said that what you went through was a trial by fire. Unfortunately, that phrase is almost a cliche. How bad was it?
I think the first few weeks were very bad, but end of the day, as long as I knew myself, I wasn't bothered later on. It's just, I don't have to convince anybody. My conscience is clear, and I don't give a damn to anything after that.
At the time when you were here, you were sitting in front of me in this very studio, and you broke down and you cried uncontrollably. Many people criticized you for crying. Do you regret it?
Not at all. I'm a human being, and if I can't cry, then I'm a different person. Everybody, some people can cry, some people can't cry. And I think human beings have this good quality or bad quality. You can laugh and you can cry. And other people don't do that. Other people have no feelings. Other people are not nothing to me.
In a sense, were your tears your way of expressing your anger and your frustration, perhaps even your sense of helplessness at the time?
Not really. I was just laughing inside on people. Sometimes, you know, you go through that and you said, well, why can't the people who have seen me 20 years, they know heart in heart, but it's just some people enjoy more seeing people going through a rough time.
You thought people were taking enjoyment out of your suffering?
I don't know. Perhaps a part of the people were definitely having a laugh, and again, two ways of that. You cry, somebody said he's genuine. You cry, somebody says he's doing acting. If something it come out, sometimes you can't control your emotion. Can you control? Sometimes you see a very good movie where a nice scene come out and you start smiling. Why you smile then? And sometimes the serious scene comes out, a serious thing happen, and you cry, or your parents die, or somebody die very closely, you start crying. Can you control? No, I couldn't control myself.
Are you a very emotional person?
Yes, I'm very emotional. Not on the field, off the field, yes.
And you are happy to let your emotion show? It doesn't embarrass you in any way?
No, I think why? That's how I am, and that's how I like to live that. I don't want to have a false impression and false thing in somebody's head. He's like, this is the way I am, take it or not. Entirely up to you.
You know, you've had a life that's seen many ups and many downs.
I've seen more ups than downs.
But sometimes when you look back on your own life, do you get the feeling that fate has played games and tricks with you?
No, I think you have a life goes up and down, and that's how it is. Fate is there. You don't believe in all the time, you know, this is the destiny. Yes, but you have to work towards your destiny also. And I think good and bad part come in life, and you take it as it comes.
You know, let's go back to the very beginning of how your destiny began. Is it true that, in fact, you began playing cricket because it was the best way of bunking school?
100%. I was the terrible student, never ever want to study at all. And I think everybody would like to see at least you should do education. And come from a business family, their more job was at least you study hard enough to handle the business. And even though I didn't like to do that, but that's true. I used to run away from the class and do anything.
You began playing competitive cricket when you were just 13. I'm told it actually happened by accident one day.
Well, I think I was the youngest kid in my family. My big brother used to play cricket, and when your younger brother come out, and they always says, you know, keep it on corner. So I was just picking up the ball and handling the bat and pads. And one day they didn't have anybody, and they had to make me play. It happened by accident.
This was the game at Sector 16 in Chandigarh, wasn't it?
Yes, I born and brought up very close to the cricket ground, Sector 16, and we used to play matches, one sector against another sector, and I was rather say lucky somebody got sick or didn't turn out, and I have to play.
You were more than lucky. You impressed people with the way you played that day. Do you remember the score?
I don't remember exactly what happened, but I just remember is I did a lot of impact on my batting and bowling, both, whatever they given me, and I was just throwing myself because I got a chance to play with such a big guys, you know, your heroes in your street, and you're playing and you want to impress them. That's the first job.
You know, over the career that then followed, you've had some incredible moments. There was the Melbourne Test in 1980 when you were pretty badly injured. You had a hamstring injury, yet you insisted on playing and you won the match for India. Do challenges like that bring out the best in you?
Yeah, somehow it always come out when I look back. Sometimes I enjoy proving people wrong. I really enjoy. And that was one thing, is somebody said, you get injured. I don't think so. You will be out for 3 weeks. And I didn't believe that, okay, I cannot play for 3 weeks. So I used to get up middle of the night, put ice and salt together to drop the temperature of the ice, and my muscles, you know, totally get all right, and then the blood circulation can go later. And I thought by the second day, end of the first day it happened. By fourth day, I start feeling okay. The fifth day was the only time when I took a risk. I said, let me see, and went into the ground with, back of my mind was not cricket, it's my thigh muscle, you know, and I said, let me bowl few overs. I said to Sunny, and till 6 overs I didn't get wicket. I was just more conscious about that. Once I start bowl 5, 6 overs, then I come to know it's no pain there, I can bear it. Then Sunil said, you want to take a break? I said, Sunshine, give me another couple of overs. I think I'm feeling better now. And he said, you hope you're okay? Are you sure? I said, seems like I'm fine. And after that was a history.
You went on to take 5 wickets for 28 runs. Did you surprise yourself?
Many times I surprised myself, not once. Yes.
But you know, you said something very interesting. You said a moment ago, I like to prove people wrong. Are you a naturally rebellious person? Do you like to defy people and things?
No, I think in our system, what I feel is they so much fast, they judgmentic, you know, they judgment about certain things. Without my dearest friend and very close friend, he said, you can't get 400 wickets. I said, okay. I was only got 300 odd wickets, and I said, have a bet. He said, done. So even though I was playing, when I got 400 wickets, I didn't call my family or my wife or my mother. I called him, and I was had so much champagne, and I said, hey man, he said, I'm sorry, I lost the bet. So it's not taking in a wrong sense. It's just proving somebody. Don't make a judgment without knowing 100%.
But you know, you really proved people wrong in '83 when everyone said India couldn't win the World Cup, and you went and showed that India could. But the important thing...
No, I wouldn't say I think our team did it. When somebody says, Ki, I did that '83, no. I think we had such a wonderful team. It was, everybody was part of that.
No doubt, but I was going to point out something else. Everyone remembers the moment of victory. Most people tend to forget that India got bowled out for 183 runs, a score that everyone thought the West Indies could quite easily beat. So at that point, halfway through the game, were you determined to prove everyone wrong and say we're going to win, or were you beginning to get just a little scared?
No, I think I still remember very clearly in my mind, in my head, is we went to the dressing room and we said, listen, we reach here, and which nobody given us credit. We can reach the final, so we are anyways winner. Doesn't matter, we win this match. but at least if we reach here, let's give our best. We got 183. The other team have to make 183 to beat us. That was my last word I remember in the dressing room when we are going out to field. I said, let's give your best heart, work, and let's see if they can get 183.
And when Amarnath took Michael Holding's wicket, what was the first thought that went through your mind?
I don't remember. I think we were so overly joyed and happy and, with a celebration, everybody coming and hugging till very late, I tell you, till even a couple of years we didn't realize what happened. We were so young. I was only 21, 22, and being a captain of the team, age of 22 is, you don't know what's happening, and we were just enjoying ourselves.
It wasn't just that you were captain, Kapil. Do you remember the match against Zimbabwe at Tunbridge Wells? Many people say that was perhaps your greatest moment. As you said, you were 20, 21. You came in with India tottering at 17 for 5, and you knew that you had to carry the entire game on your shoulders. Were you nervous? Were you scared? Or did you try just not to think about it at all?
No, I think I still remember is, I said, before we had a very big team meeting, we must get 300 runs plus. And if we can get 300 runs, and if we lose next match also, still we are through for the semi-finals. Never thought we can be in such a stage where we are struggling to even make 100 runs. And before even the match started, before we said Jack Robinson, we were 4 or 5 down. We couldn't even discuss and try to plan at that moment. Every over somebody is getting out. And without thinking, I was standing in the middle of the crease, and I was keep on telling myself, come on, relax and play full quota of over, play full quota of overs, which is against my nature of cricket.
So you had to actually play against your temperament.
Totally. But I was keep on telling, and we said, let's make respectable total, otherwise it will be bad. So once we got 100, 120, 130, by lunchtime, during those periods there was a lunch break also. Today is only 10 minutes break. And we played 35 overs, had a lunch break. I come to the dressing room, and nobody was there. There is a glass of orange juice and a water on one side, and I just come out and nobody was there. I removed my pad, went to the dining table, everybody started laughing. And we had a good laugh, and they said, let's not lose his temper. The senior cricketers were ready to help me. They said, let him not lose his temper, he's still playing. And I just had a cup of tea and back onto the ground, and evening I asked them, I said, you all are so mad. They said, we did it deliberately because we don't want to lose your, concentration. You were playing so well.
In the years that followed, the press often used to compare you with Gavaskar. They would say that you were rivals. They would say that there was tension between you, perhaps even that you didn't like each other. What was the truth of your relationship?
The best part was he wasn't an all-rounder. So there wasn't no fight as such. No, I think he is such a great player. You realize as the time goes how important for us to play with him also. Yes, difference of opinion was there so many times. His way of thinking was totally different than mine. But I think it never ever in my life I remember I didn't give my chair to him, or I didn't respected his cricket or his ability. It's just different of opinion sometimes. The media made it
was it always the media? In '84, just after the Delhi test, you got dropped for the Calcutta test, and the media said this was because you had defied Gavaskar in Delhi. You'd insisted on hitting out when he wanted you to play more surely and steadily.
Well, I don't know. I mean, in the end of the day, a lot of people can say a lot of things. I think the selector decided, and part of that, Sunil also there, they decided to teach him a lesson. So I thought, fair enough, that's about, again, a total judgment about the selectors.
So when you got dropped, did you feel angry, or were you humiliated?
I think I was hurt, and I still remember a lot of people called me, but Tiger Patodi called me. He said, very nicely he put it, he said, I'll appreciate you, don't take any decision which can harm your life later on. Just these things does happen, relax, and
You mean you were close to giving up playing cricket? You were that hurt?
I was, you know, at that moment you can say anything. Sometime it happened, you can say something which you can, you know, feel sorry for yourself why I said, or yes, it can happen. You can give a statement which I think Tiger Patodi was first person who called me and said, Kapil, take it easy, don't make anything which won't be very good. I think coming from such a senior player, and everybody used to look after Tiger, and his judgment about the game was so good. And I said, fine. And I really, literally, that word still I remember, relaxed me a lot.
You not only came back in the team, but you also went on to become captain a second time round. But you did face a peculiar criticism as captain. They said he's tactically naive. He's a captain who doesn't use strategy. Were they being very unfair, or were they being now, 15 years later, perhaps just a little correct?
They have to say something, so it's fine. You take it. And again, people do make a judgment before they say anything. People said a lot of things about me.
So the critics are wrong?
No, perhaps if you sit from their point of view, maybe I'm not so much chess player. I played my game through the heart, and I always believe that's the way a sports person should play.
Was that what happened in '87 in the semi-finals against England during the second World Cup that you were captain? You got out trying to hit a six, and everyone said that was an unnecessary stroke, and they blamed you for the defeat?
Oh yeah, fine. But if you middle it, so many times I hit it and went over the ground also. And at that time, I was playing to best of my ability. So when you're trying to play a shot and you get out, yes, that's what the people should do.
But was it a mistake on your part now?
When I look back, a mistake on my part or mistake on all the 11, why we should got out. We tried to go for the runs, and my job was to get maximum as much. So you play bad shot, you can criticize yourself, but nobody wants to lose at that stage.
True. Kapil, let's take a break. I want to come back in part 2 and talk about the new career that you've just begun as a television interviewer, and perhaps just a little bit about the sort of person you are. We'll be back in a moment's time. Don't go away. Welcome back. My guest is the incredible Kapil Dev. Kapil, you've just started a new career on Sony Max Television as an interviewer. How did this come about?
Well, actually, I did one show with Shrikant, you know, Good Night Cricket, and I really enjoyed talking to the people and giving my mind. From there, I think Sony Max have taken cricket right for next till 2007, and they were looking for somebody, and I was enjoying this new thing because I can't spend my time becoming a writer or commentator or something, and you still like to do and give back to cricket something.
This is another challenge you were determined to take on.
Yes, I think it's just to myself is I feel more comfortable doing these things. Still, I'm not the best speaker, I feel, but Sony people had a lot of confidence on me. I still uneasy and trying to do a new job.
What is it that makes you uneasy? Is it self-consciousness? Or is it the fact that you don't want the world to see you except at your best?
No, I like to be best if you're doing it. And again, I know I enjoy doing interview because I feel people should speak from the heart. And very seldom, very few people I've seen, they come out through the heart. And
have you made anyone cry so far?
No, I don't. I think most of the time I like to make people laugh. I think the fun is you enjoy yourself. And yes, whatever the interview I did in Sony Max, is the people are more relaxed to talk to me because I don't like to make them to take the negative point unless they don't want to talk.
You're interviewing both cricketers and major film stars. Which is the easier of the two?
I think cricketers come much easier because I know them so well, and they can't really fool me, if really literally manner. And film star, fortunately, I lived with cricket for so long. I still trying to catch up now. I start reading, trying to know about the person. And if you know about the person, you can ask them and you can talk to them and bring them so soft and easy. Basically, I find they want to give you their mind, but they're hesitant to tell the real story.
Because they're shy themselves.
I think a lot of people, I sometimes find, they don't like to give their bachpan, the young age, and they want to, wherever they come from, all of them done a wrong thing like I done, so many bad things, not going to the school. But a lot of people I find very uneasy to talk about their negative days in the school.
So the challenge is to draw it out of them without making them uncomfortable.
Yeah, they should feel, and I feel why not everybody should give the story, because when you become a famous, you can't become famous all good. In school, in college, you have gone through the rough days, and the people want to know, the common person want to know, look, they gone through a rough time also.
You said something very interesting. You can't become famous at one go. Everyone's had bad moments in their lives. When you look back to the little boy who used to steal the neighbor's guavas and who used to ring their front door bell and run away, are you sometimes surprised by how far you've come in life?
Yeah, certainly. If I known, I wouldn't have done that, but nobody knows. I mean, let's be honest. Nobody knows tomorrow, even from Amitabh Bachchan to the Prime Minister to anybody, they will reach and become what they become today.
But are you surprised by your own success?
Yeah, somehow I feel I done my best, but again, every time you keep on improving, keep on doing better, and then your life keep on changing.
They often say that Kapil's most important qualities are his determination and his positive attitude. Would you agree with that?
Yes, I am very. I think come from a family where very determined a lot. I set up my mind as if I want to do that. I wasn't the best speaker at one stage. Now the people call me to give a lecture on determination or for half an hour or 1 hour on anything. So I think it took me a lot of time to work towards that side. So if I can do it, I believe other people can do it also. And
so the motto in life is never give up, keep trying.
Yeah, you have to have a determination. You have to have ability to learn every day. If somebody says you are very intelligent, I think that word is wrong, because the more you learn, the more you come to know how illiterate you are. Every day you learn so much, and you say, shit man, I didn't know that.
Kapil, it's a pleasure to see you smiling again. Thank you for a wonderful interview.
Thank you very much. No more crying, huh?